Hello chemistry students, this is Mr. VB. It is Wednesday, September the 2nd, and I'm at home in my basement having realized that there are no video cameras mounted in the lab. We did our lab today in the STEM lab, and if you check the assignment in Schoology, you will see that there is a lab handout attached to the assignment, and that lab handout is what I handed paper copies of to each of the students in class today. Now, there were students that were absent today, and I have remote learners that weren't there today. So the purpose of this video is to kind of give them a similar lab experience. Now, this wasn't the kind of chemistry lab where we're making things with mixing different chemicals and using Bunsen burners. This is an observational lab just to get you used to the real terms we've been learning about in Chapter 2. So if you don't have that paper in front of you, you might want to pause the video and print out a copy. It's one page front and back. So first of all, you see I have a glass vial. Okay, this is what the students had in lab today. It's about big around as a penny maybe, and it's got a black lid screwed onto it, and there are various objects inside. And on the table, there's a table on the front page of the lab handout, and it says the following items were available to Mr. VB when he made up these vials. Circle the 4 items you think he actually put into the vials. So let me see if I can pull it a little closer and get a better look at it. Okay, you see there's something like round and metallic looking in the bottom. Then we have this clear liquid, and then we have these orange spheres here. They're a little bit bigger than the steel ones on the bottom. These are made of plastic. And then at the top is another clear liquid. So this clear liquid here is different than this clear liquid at the top. Otherwise, they would be together. So go ahead and think about what 4 items... Oh, yeah, circle the 4 items that you think I put into this vial. Okay, you know, the first example in the table is paper clips. Well, guess what? I don't see any paper clips in here, so I wouldn't circle that one. And I'll give you a few minutes. Pause the video if you need to, and circle the 4 items in that table that you think are in here. Now, the next question is the sample contained in this vial a pure substance or a mixture? So on the paper you've got circle your choice. I know what I think it looks like, but I'm not going to give you the answer. If you think the sample contained in this vial is a pure substance, then tell me, is it an element or a compound? Or if not, then if you think the substance in this vial is a mixture, is it a homogeneous mixture or is it a heterogeneous mixture? So go ahead and circle your answer there on your paper. Which one of those do you think it is? And then another question, which states of matter do you see in the vial? Circle all that apply. Well, I don't know if you can hear that at home, but it looks like, between solid, liquid, and gas, I think we might have multiple answers there. Then at the bottom of the first page, how many phases of matter do you see in this vial? And I give you a clue there. For example, in a salad, you might see a tomato phase, a lettuce phase, a cucumber phase, and a carrot phase. So how many phases of matter are you seeing in there? Then on the back side, it says density is an intensive property of matter. In general, the more dense compounds of a mixture tend to settle near the bottom of the container, whereas the less dense compounds tend to float at the top. And there's another statement there, water is more dense than mineral oil? So the first question on the backside, which of these phases in this vial is the most dense? So, write out your answer. Which of the phases, and there are 4 phases, which of those is the most dense? And then the next question, which of the phases is the least dense? Okay? Then we go on. It appears that the orange objects are trapped between the upper liquid layer and the lower liquid layer. So, first question after that. Are these orange objects more dense or less dense than water? And remember what I said up in the first paragraph on this side. Water is more dense than mineral oil. So are these orange objects more dense or less dense than water? Circle your answer. Next question. Are these orange objects more dense or less dense than mineral oil? Circle your answer again. And then I go on to talk about, in class we talked about separating mixtures into their various compounds. Suppose we wanted to separate these orange and steel objects from these 2 liquids. What would be the best method to separate these solid objects from these liquid objects? Would it be distillation, filtration, or using magnets somehow? Circle your answer. Only one of them should be circled. Now suppose we have separated these solid objects from the liquids. If we had these solid objects, then what would be the best way to separate the orange objects from the steel objects? Would that be distillation, filtration, or some magnetics? Circle your answer again. Now suppose we got these 2 liquids out, and now we want to separate the 2 liquids from each other. So what's the most appropriate method to separate liquids from each other? Would it be distillation, filtration, or something to do with magnets? Again, they're both liquids. How would we separate them? After finishing, okay, the rest of this is for the students that actually handled these vials. After finishing, wash your hands. If you've answered all the questions on the paper, you can turn it in today on Wednesday, or you can turn it in on Thursday, or you can submit it online to Schoology Friday before 11:59 p.m. Of course, no students are going to be in the building on Friday. So if you are a person that was absent on Wednesday, or if you're a remote learner, you can go ahead and submit your answers online, either, tonight, Wednesday night, or anytime tomorrow, Thursday, or anytime Friday up until 11:59 p.m. Anyway, this has been, boy, I should think of a classy name for this. This has been the Matter, Properties, and Separations Lab. We didn't get our hands too dirty, just handling these vials. And that's it for now. I will post this video and then send out a link to my students. Thank you.